and welcome to day 19 of my video holiday. Welcome to the second episode of my childhood favorites, and today I want to talk about my favorite computer games. Now, I've always been a child that had no computer curfew. I could play on a computer all day if my dad didn't have to use it. So I was basically already a computer addict when I was about 7 years old. Great start! Maybe I was even younger, I don't know. My dad was kind of trendy with this. He is not anymore, but when I was younger he would always have the newest things on his computer, and he would have the newest installment of Windows and the newest computer games. So that was always pretty exciting. So therefore I was very young when I started getting addicted to my computer. Now, I have played a lot of computer games, and most of them have a very nostalgic feel for me. And my favorite games were the games made by Humongous Entertainment. Now, Humongous Entertainment has brought out various games in various series, but my own favorites were Freddy Fish, Putt-putt and Pajama Sam. And later on I also played Spy Fox, but I think that was meant for children that were a little bit older. Let's start off with Putt-putt. Putt-putt is a little purple car who rides around in a world where people are cars, basically. Cars are people, people are cars. There are no real people, everyone is a car. In the first game, Putt-putt goes to the zoo, and when he gets there he realizes that 5 animals, I believe. A lion is definitely there, and a rhino, an elephant. I'm completely unsure about the others. A giraffe? Maybe there wasn't a rhino, maybe it was... I am absolutely not sure what the other animals were, but there were 5 animals that had lost their children, so their cubs, and they had to find, you had to help Putt-putt find them back through playing various mini games, and all the animals were stuck in a different kind of environment, and you had to collect things like a rope or a shovel to be able to get to the animals and get them out and bring them back to their mummies. The second Putt-putt game was a game in which someone had built a time machine, and when Putt-putt was near to this time machine, the machine sucked up things that Putt-putt had in his trunk, and Putt-putt would have to go back and forward in time to get back his stuff. And the third and I think last Putt-putt game, or at least the last one that I played, was Putt-putt Races? I don't know what it would be called in English. But basically you had to get Putt-putt ready to race in the race 500th. I can't remember the name in Dutch, but hey, again, what uses that to an English YouTube channel, eh? So he had to race, and you had to get his tires, you had to get him fuel, and all again through minigames you got there. Basically the minigames are the biggest part of this series, and you use your brain because you have to think about, what can I use to get that lion cub from that rock? Do I need a rope, or do I need a shovel? What can I use to get him back down? I think that all the games that Humongous Entertainment made were basically kind of educational, and I really liked that. Then secondly, you had Freddy Fish, which was about a yellow fish. She was a girl and she was named Freddy. In the first game of the series, you had to collect seaweed seeds, and well, again, use your brain, collect things in the meantime, play mini games in the meantime. All just a lot of fun. And basically the most fun thing about this is that you could start all these games over again, and then the things would be in different places, so you'd have a different game, kind of. In the second game, I think Freddy Fish, her uncle was locked up in jail for a crime that he didn't commit, and you had to find clues to get to the thing that would identify the real thief. I don't completely remember, but I think that was it. And at some point I was so advanced in this game that I just know exactly where to go, because I played it so many times that it had all the different storylines and I could solve all the mysteries in 5 minutes or less. I can't remember what the other games were about. I remember there being one in a theme park and one in school, but I cannot really remember. There was one with cowboys, but I can't really remember their names or what they were about. But again, use your brain, find out what happened, find out what you had to do, and solve the mystery in the game. Lastly in a series of games that I played a lot when I was a child was Pajama Sam. And Pajama Sam was a normal boy who read a lot of comic books about a superhero and who could not sleep at night because he was scared. In the first game, I think there was a monster in his closet that he had to get, and then in, well, it would probably be his dream, but for him it was real life, he would go into his closet and fight all the monsters and things that were in there so that he could go to sleep peacefully. And he would retrieve his socks because he was in his closet and his socks were always gone, so he had to find his socks and line them up in pairs nicely again. The second game I think was about the weather. In this game it was thundering really loudly and really scary. Thunder, rainstorm, and again Pajama Sam could not sleep. And then he had to go into the clouds and had to solve the weather so that everything would be in its right place again, and then the thunder would stop and he could go to sleep. And the last game in the Pajama Sam series that I've played was all about food. Now Sam entered this world where food was ruling. I think this was because he was hungry and couldn't sleep. And then he had to sort everything out again, save types of food. I think bring vegetables back, because I think candy was taking over in that country. Or at least that sounds like something very nice and more realistic that a children's game would be about. Eat your veggies, kids. So that's probably what he had to do. I remember him having to go into a person's body, into stomachs or something, and having to choose a route in his... I can't really remember. It was so hard, I think. Then you had to choose a route out of it. I don't remember very well. But again, save the veggies and bring peace into Foodland so that he could go to sleep. And I think that was it for my childhood favorite games. Next to this I also played Harry Potter games, and I really liked The Sims, and I still do, but it all started at The Sims 1 and playing The Sims 3 now. So I've lived through all the Sims expansion packs and I've had almost every single one of them. But that was it for today, for my childhood favorites in computer games. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!